Hello everyone. Today we will start with the last exercise of chapter 8, that is comparing quantities, that is exercise 8.3. So before we start directly the exercise, you have to know some important formulae that will be used in this exercise. So you have some formulae related to buying and selling of items. So here are the formulae. See, we will have sums regarding buying and selling of different items. Well, we will be using these formulas. CP means cost price, SP means selling price. So if you buy something, it's called the cost price, and when you sell something, that is called the selling price. If you please go through this formula, if CP less than SP, it's a profit, and profit you can find it by this formula. If SP is less than CP, it's a loss, and then you have it by this formula. Then you can also calculate the profit percent by using this formula and the loss percent by using this formula. So you have to remember this. As we go through the sums, when we solve the sums, you will try to know better the application of this formula. Now you have two more formulae, that is related to interest and amount of money deposited or saved. Okay, let's go on to the last two formula. Here we have the last two formula. You can see simple interest is equal to P into R into T by 100. Okay, SI means the simple interest, P means the principal, R means the rate of interest, and T means the time. So then we have also the amount. Amount is equal to P plus SI. So you might be wondering what are these simple interest, principal and rate of interest are. So as I solve the sum, I will explain the terms which are used in the particular sum. So let's begin with the exercise. So exercise 8.3, let's start with this. Let's begin with question number 1. Okay. Question number 1 is given, tell whether it is a profit or loss in the following transaction. Also find the profit or loss in each case. So question number 1, we have to find whether it is a profit or loss. So number 1, A, we have, I'm not writing the question, gardening shears bought for rupees 250 and sold for rupees 325. Bought for means it is the cost price. So I'll write here CP, you can write, no need to write cost price in full statement, you can write CP. CP is equal to rupees, how much it is given? 250. And sold for means selling price, SP is equal to rupees 325. Okay, now you see, you have to compare which one is greater. You can see the selling price is greater than the cost price. So you just go back to the previous part of the video where you are given the formula, and it is written that if selling price is greater than cost price, okay, what happens? It is a profit. So since SP is greater than CP, it is a profit, right? And how do I calculate? We have to calculate the profit percentage or the loss percentage, and for that I need the profit. So profit is equal to what? SP minus CP. SP is rupees 325 minus rupees 250. Let's calculate this. So it will be rupees 75. Okay. Now hence therefore profit percent will be equal to what? Profit. I'm just writing the formula again so that you can understand into 100%. Okay, so what is the profit? Here 75. What is the CP? CP was 250 into 100. Okay, you can cancel it. 0 gets cancelled. 25 3s are 75. So 3 into 100 will be how much? It will be equal to 30%, and this is your solution. So what you have to do is, you have to write down what is the cost price and selling price, compare them and see whether it's a profit or loss. Find the profit or loss in the particular thing, and then find out the percentage. So in this way, I would like you to try the remaining sums, 2-3 sums that are given of question number 1. Homework will be question number 1, B, C and D. You can try this as your homework. Okay, these are simple sums where it is given and then you can do. Now let us move on to question number 2. what is given in question number 2? Let's see. Convert each part of the ratio to percentage. So it's given that 3:1. Right? It's given this ratio and I have to convert this ratio into percentage. So what you have to do, first you have to find the total of the parts. Total of the parts. So solution you will do. See, total of the parts. What is one part? 3 and another is 4. 1. So 3 plus 1. You just add them is equal to 4. So ratio of the first part and second part. There are only two parts here. So not ratio. Percentage. Percentage of first part. Okay. First part will be equal to, what is the first part? 3 by the total, that is the 4, into 100%. Okay, understood? So let's cancel it. 4 25 sir. Okay, so 25 into 3 is equal to how much? 75%. Understood? Next we have to find the percentage of the second part. So percentage of second part will be equal to, take the second, that is 1, this is just 1, second part, divide by again the total, same total, that is 4 into 100. 4 25s again gets cancelled. 1 into 25 is equal to 25. If you see, if you add them, 75 and 25, they give you a total of 100, which is a total percent. Okay, so you have to find it this way. I'll show you one more here. Let me show you number B. 2B is given as 2:3:5. So here we have 3 parts. First, what we have to write? Total of the parts. Total of the parts. We'll just add them up. 2 plus 3 plus 5. So 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. Okay. Okay. Now we have 3 parts. Part 1, part 2 and part 3. So percentage of first part will be equal to 2. This is the first part. By total, that is 10 into 100%. See, 0 0 gets cancelled. 2 into 10 is 20%. Similarly, we will find out the percentage of the second and the third. So you can see it clearly. I have found out the second part 3 by total, the third part 5 by total, and if you add them, all this percentage 20 plus 30 plus 50, you will get 100%. So you have to find it this way. So you can try the remaining 2, that is C and D of question number 2 as your homework. Okay, so we will be doing this. Now let us move on to the next question, that is question number 3. Let's read question number 3. It's given the percentage of a city decreased from 25,000 to 24,500. Find out the percentage decrease. Okay, so let's see. What was the initial percentage? Initial percentage. Sorry, not percentage. I'm very sorry. Initial population was 25,000. Okay, then it decreased to, okay, new population you can consider is 24,500, and you can 24,500. So you can clearly see that it has decreased. So you have to find out the decrease percentage. So before finding the decrease percentage, we have to find out the decrease amount. Decrease amount is equal to, you subtract them, 25,000 minus 24,500. Okay, when you subtract them, you'll get what? 500. So therefore, percentage decrease will be equal to the decrease amount by the initial population, that is 25,000. Okay, always the initial into 100%. So let's see, 0 0 1 0 more here, another 0, 25 2, so 2%. So in this way, whenever it is an increase or decrease, remember you have to calculate and find the increase or decrease amount, same thing, and the formula will always be the same. The decrease or the increase amount by the initial amount into 100, and then you can find this one. Okay. So next question number 4 will be your homework. So you will try it this way. Okay. In the same way, this formula will be used. So you'll be trying question number 4 as your homework. Now let's move on to question number 5. What is given in question number 5? Let's see. It's given I buy a TV for rupees 10,000. So buy means cost price. So let's write down CP equal to rupees 10,000. Then sell it at a profit of 20%. Profit percentage is given as 20%. How much money do I get for it? So what is the selling price? I have to find out the selling price for it. Now, in order to find selling price, it is always we have to know the profit, okay, and the cost price we have already been given. So, can we calculate? We know that, okay, profit percent is equal to profit by CP into 100. We have the profit percent, we have the CP, we can calculate the profit from here. Let's see. Profit percent is 20%, so let's write 20. Profit is not given. Let's skip it. Then we have 10,000 and we have just 100. Let's calculate this. So this one will come this side. 20 into 100 is equal to profit. That means profit is equal to 20 into 100 is 2000. This is my profit. So since profit is equal to SP minus CP, this implies, write profit into this place, 2000. SP is not given. CP is how much? 10,000. This implies 2000 plus, this comes this side, it will become plus, like a simple equation. This is SP. So 2000 plus 10,000 will give me how much? 12,000. So this is my selling price. So I can write the statement as, okay, that therefore I would get rupees, how much? 12,000. Sorry, I would get rupees 12,000, and this is your solution. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. We are using these two formula. One is the profit, okay, and another profit percent, and one is the profit equal to selling price minus cost price. So in this way, I would like you to try. I'm just using this space, don't worry about this. It will be obviously in the video. So you will be trying question number 6 and 7 as your homework. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. 6, 7, 8 is also of that kind. You can try number 8 also. Okay. Now we'll go to question number 9. What's given in question number 9? Let's see. That find the amount to be paid in each of the case for at the end of 3 years. So time is given, and question number A and B is given. A, principal is given as rupees 1200. Okay, the comma here. Okay, 1200. Principal is P. Okay, rate of interest R is given as 12% PA. P dot A means per annum. That means annum means year. Okay, and time T is given as 3 years. It's given in the first line at the end of time is same for both number A and B. Okay, so I have to find out the amount. In order to find amount, I need the simple interest. So first, simple interest is equal to P into R into T by 100. Let's find this. P is 1200. R is 12, time is 3 by 100, con cancel. So 12 into 12 is 144, 144. So see this will be 432. Now amount comma A will be equal to how much? SI plus P. This is rupees, okay? SI is how much? 432 and principal is 1200. This is the unit is rupees. So let's add them up. If I add them, I will get 1632. So this way we have to find out the interest first, simple interest, and then the amount. Okay, so you can try doing the next question of question number 9b as your homework. Okay, you will try. Only the time period is same, but the principal rate of interest are different, and you have to find out the amount. Okay, so in the similar way, it's given question number 10 and 11 where you have to use this formula and you have to find out. So I would like to try you all to try these two also as your homework. If you are not able, I will obviously make a video and do the sums for you which you are not able to do. But for time being, I would like you all to try these sums as your homework. So this is the end of the exercise and end of the chapter of comparing quantities. I hope you have understood. So please let me know if you have any doubt in the comment section. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day ahead.